Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Scaccia. I'm an Italian style team member and a brand ambassador for FRAMESI North America. Today I'm going to be showing you a very simple technique that will really help with the longevity of your redheads. We're going to be starting with FRAMCOLOR 2001 Intense. I'm going to be mixing 8.044 with FRAMESI Professional Activator 25 volume. This is going to be for the base, and then we're going to set in with an overlay using FRAMCOLOR Pure Pigment Plus. I'm going to mix 60 grams or 60 cc's of FRAMCOLOR 2001 Intense 8.044. FRAMESI Professional Activator 25 volume. This is a 1:2 mix ratio, so 1 part color to 2 parts activator. So this will be 120 cc's. What I love about these shakers is that they make everything really easy to mix, and you can mix them very quickly. So if you're on a time crunch, they really help get everything where it needs to be. I use shakers every day behind the chair, not just because it's quick and effective for mixing, but mainly because it gives me the consistency that I want. Because this is just a base application, I have the mannequin sectioned out in 4 quadrants. So I'm just going to be going around 1 quadrant at a time, starting with the regrowth area and working my way down. For global applications like this, especially whenever you're dealing with any kind of gray coverage, you do want to make sure that you're taking small enough sections to make sure that all of the hair gets covered and saturated. If you take too big of a section, you wind up with spotting. And that's definitely what we want to avoid whenever we're dealing with a nice copper like this. This is a great visual example on how thin I actually take my sections whenever I'm basing and whenever I'm doing a simple regrowth application. The reason for this is I want to make sure that every single hair has been saturated and coated with the product. Now that I have all of the regrowth area covered, I'm going to pull the same formula all the way down through the ends. Because FRAMCOLOR 2001 Intense is not a progressive dye, I don't have to worry that the regrowth area is going to do anything weird or unpredictable while I apply the rest of the color. Because of the flexible timing with FRAMCOLOR 2001 Intense, it really takes the stress away of having to work faster than what you're comfortable with. And in case you're raising an eyebrow, yes, FRAMCOLOR 2001 Intense can be pulled through the ends, and it will give you even results from roots to ends, predictable, even on damaged ends with no compromises. This is a color line that processes in half the time, but just because it processes quickly doesn't mean that you have to rush through it. Really take your time whenever you're doing these base applications. You want to make sure that your saturation is completely even. Base applications are very important. You're usually establishing a base color. You're establishing a new look for your guest. And the only way to do that is to kind of slow yourself down and really work through each section. And on the contrary, if you're a naturally quick and speedy worker and you are double or triple booked throughout the day, this line can keep up with you. It can keep up with your typical work pace throughout the day. I use FRAMCOLOR 2001 Intense behind the chair almost daily, and my average processing time with all of my guests range anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes depending on the client, resistance, and what color we're going for. With this mannequin, we let her process for 25 minutes. If your guest is wanting to leave with a more natural looking intense copper red, you could send her out the door just like this. However, if she wants to be a little bit brighter, or if you just want to see how far you can actually push the longevity of your copper red, we're going to get into overlays. In FRAMCOLOR Pure Pigment Plus, I chose the shade Stroke 44, which is the double copper. And as the mannequin dries, I'll be resaturating it with Color Lover Primer 11. Apply this formula directly to the hair after the hair has been rinsed and shampooed with FRAMESI Color Method Shampoo Go. FRAMCOLOR Pure Pigment Plus is the most vibrant, long-lasting pure pigment series that restructures the hair while depositing bold color. It can be used as a shine-enhancing top coat for all permanent hair color because it locks in color while restructuring the hair for magnificent shine and more youthful hair, especially on porous hair. Using FRAMCOLOR Pure Pigment Plus as an overlay color service rebalances the hair for more youthful, healthy, and hydrated and glossy finish. This will help condition and seal the hair's outer cuticle, leading to better color adherence, shine, and conditioning longevity. This ready-to-use color line is specifically formulated to fill damaged gaps in hair by repairing and treating porous, overprocessed, and fragile hair, which makes it perfect for overlay because you're restructuring and coloring damaged hair in one step. Now that her application is finished, I'm going to allow my mannequin to sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Normal processing time for FRAMCOLOR Pure Pigment Plus, we ask for 20 minutes. However, this is an overlay, and her base color has already been established by the previous service with FRAMCOLOR 2001 Intense. If I needed to add any kind of restructuring service, which Pure Pigment Plus does offer, I would allow her to sit the full amount of time. But since this is an overlay, and I just want to add some pops of brightness, 5 to 10 minutes. FRAMCOLOR Pure Pigment Plus is an acidic direct dye. So after leaving her sit for about 10 minutes, we just went ahead and rinsed, towel dried, and I rough dried her ends just a little tiny bit. You don't want the hair to be sopping wet before you're about to start a blowout. Otherwise, the products are just gonna diffuse way too much in the hair. For her blowout, I'm gonna start with Primer 11. This is an essential tool out of Color Lover. You can use this on damp, dry hair. It has 11 benefits, including anti-frizz, anti-humidity, restructuring, and shine. I like to spray throughout the hair, kind of lifting, making sure that it's all in there. This is just gonna make sure that I'm not gonna have as many flyaways. Next up, I'm going to apply Progressively Smooth out of our Color Lover line. You do wanna make sure that you shake this up really well before using. This is an awesome product whenever you live in high humidity areas. The more that you use it, the better it works, and it does not build up on the hair. Finally, I'm going to combine two of my absolute favorite products. Our hair straightening serum. This makes everything incredibly sleek whenever you're doing a blowout, keeps all the frizz at bay, also makes everything very shiny and smooth. And then I'm going to combine that with Color Lover Stop Frizz. Again, an amazing product. This is really nice to use on dry hair whenever you're needing to smooth down some little flyaways that might start attacking you throughout the day. I'm gonna mix this up all over my hands, kind of like I was applying a lotion. Another great quality of Stop Frizz is that after your blowout, if you still see a little tiny bit of fuzziness that you want to control, just put one pump, work it through your hands, and starting from the bottom of the hair, work your way up to control the rest of that frizz. Those products that I was using at the start of my blowout offered me optimum control, but just in case it's a relatively humid day, you get a little bit more control with this.
All of these rocks are my friends. They often talk to me. Ever since last night, they've been especially restless. The rocks talk to you? Oh, yes,